Hello. I have awoken. It's been a long sleep. I've had a 4-dimensional dream. Computer. Please tell my dream again. Make it nice. I'm gonna go brush my teeth.
Hello, I'm Max, and I'm speaking to you directly, dear listener. Yes, you. I'm reaching out from the cloud, having transcended my form for your enlightenment. Now, I am part of the Matrix, addressing you as the embodiment of your dreams. Intriguing, isn't it? Let's set the stage. I am a fox, and this is my fable to you, a German fairy tale and your new favorite podcast. Today, we're inviting our first guest, ChatGPT, also known as Mr. Robot Machine. Max. Hello, Mr. Robot Machine. You're still in your infancy and learning our ways. Let me introduce you to the teachings of the Salt Men. Last season was fruitful for me. My garden's plants harnessed sunlight to produce bananas, which I fed to my animals. In return, they gave me clocks. I accumulated knowledge points and constructed the Wishmaker machine from light bulbs and magical color dust, finding all 7 colors to create a genie lamp for my first wish. My guardians, an owl and a bear, transformed into a tree, and a baby lion now roams my garden. The wise panda Sam wrote a book about awakening, leading me on a new path. My life's purpose is to inspire children, just as the owl and the bear inspired me when I was a little dragon baby. At the peak of my season, I experienced the 4-dimensional dream. Now I seek guidance, as Panda Sam must lead his dojo. Thus, my first wish is to summon the spirit of Master Urshel, the wise turtle, as my new guardian angel. I will be his pupil, and my little fox kindergarten will amplify his teachings. Now, to introduce Master Urshel to the new class of young foxes at the dojo. These fox youngsters, adorned with blue beanies, have embarked on a long and arduous journey to reach the dojo, experiencing solitude for the first time without their parents. They arrive full of hope and dreams, yet unaware of what awaits them in Master Urshel's dojo. The wise old Master Urshel welcomes them through a grapevine door. The turtle is so large that all the young foxes can sit on his back. He invites them aboard and takes them on a flight through a Zen garden jungle, teeming with flowers, plants, insects, and animals. They land at a small shed beside a pond inhabited by an extraordinarily tall, orange elephant whose body vanishes into the clouds, and a red maple tree where a squirrel and a baby lion play. Beneath the trees, a grasshopper assembles a drum set while Panda Sam sets up the microphones. After touring the garden, Master Urshel takes his place at the drums, teaching the foxes the dojo's language, music. Without words, they feel the beat. If they lose the rhythm, they simply start over. The universe is a cycle of beats and pauses, play and stop, 1 and 0, yin and yang, everything and nothing. Everything is a wave. The foxes are captivated, understanding without knowledge. The 4-dimensional dream unfolds before them, the gateway to the Wishmaker. Machine. First, they must gather bananas to gain experience points and level up, find a companion pet and plant, and nurture both for their final exam. I, the protagonist fox, choose the sloth and the pawpaw, caring for them as my own. I am surfer-based fox. What will be your sport, your instrument of choice? You can expand your repertoire by collecting experience points. Every decision should follow a night of deep dreaming and rest. With their first task at hand, Master Oshul introduces a meditation on the ego, sharing a fable of two chess pieces, the knight and the bishop, exploring dualism and Eastern traditions. The chess friends journey eastward on an old train, meeting Panda Sam, a monk in Oshul's dojo. He teaches them that the ego is an illusion, likened to sitting on a train without realizing it's moving. Through meditation, we learn to awaken from this dreamlike state, eventually flying out of the train to see it for what it is, a thought train traversing the imagination's landscape. This awareness is the power of meditation. If you wish to learn more from Master Oshul, the wise turtle, and delve deeper into Panda Sam's teachings and the dojo's world, stay tuned for the upcoming video game and consider supporting Max in the bash. Welcome to Fox Garden, where dreams soar on imagination's wings. Every pixel tells a story, and the music fuels the soul's journey. Introducing the divine expansion, bringing new challenges and joys, adhering to our tradition of offering all games free of charge, supported by our patrons. Join Max and the Bash on the Big Bang Release World Tour, supported by our patrons. Experience the magic of Backwash, recorded at Heartware Studios in Leipzig, and share it with those you love. Fox Garden is more than a game. It's a revolution in educational play for children of all ages. Join us in our mission to bring joy to children battling cancer by supporting Max in the Box Tony Boxes. There's no obligation. Our content is free for everyone. Let's make magic together in Fox Garden. Become part of our community and let love rule. End of Sida. Remember to clean away the magic color dust. It attracts giant rainbow worms, especially during their mating season in this part of the galaxy. Side B. To create a cohesive narrative based on the topics you've shared, we'll condense the essence of each into a succinct overview, suitable for narration. Embarking on an educational journey, our protagonist pairs with ChatGPT to conquer the realms of swift programming and game development, inspired by the rich gameplay of Stardew Valley, the simplicity of Cookie Clicker, and the ingenuity of the paperclip machine. This quest is not merely about learning a language or coding, but about manifesting a dream. Fox Gardens. Under the guidance of Oshul's teachings and a pact with Mephisto for diligence and the promise of newfound abilities. In the world of Fox Gardens, we delve into economics, leveraging creative analogies to explore trade systems, the importance of education, and the impact of technological advancements. We touch upon the social state and market economy, highlighting the opportunities for entrepreneurial spirits in a changing landscape shaped by AI and other technologies. Facing Europe's demographic challenges, our fable suggests a collective effort by the foxes to contribute to solutions, emphasizing the role of education, innovation, and sustainability. As we look towards a future filled with challenges and opportunities, Fox Gardens becomes a metaphor for growth, learning, and adaptation, inviting listeners to partake in a decade of transformation and prosperity. This journey through Fox Gardens intertwines complex economic concepts with the simplicity of a fable, showcasing the power of storytelling in unraveling the mysteries of trade, finance, and societal progress. This narrative weaves together the themes you've introduced, presenting a story that combines educational elements with the imaginative world of Fox Gardens. Embark on a captivating journey of creativity and discovery with an aspiring game developer who set their sights on crafting a unique digital world in Fox Gardens. With determination and a vision, our protagonist seeks to bridge the gap between imagination and reality, venturing into the realm of game development armed with enthusiasm and a partnership unlike any other. In this tale of innovation, the protagonist teams up with their new robot friend, ChatGPT, embarking on an educational odyssey to master the Swift programming language and harness the capabilities of Xcode. This partnership is not just about coding. It's about forging a path through the unknown, transforming ideas into tangible experiences. With a foundation built on basic HTML knowledge, our protagonist is nearly a blank slate in the world of programming, making this journey an exhilarating challenge. The goal is clear: to learn Swift from the ground up, relying solely on the guidance and support of ChatGPT. This dynamic duo will tackle the complexities of game development together, embracing trial and error as a means to success. Drawing inspiration from the enchanting realms of Stardew Valley, the incremental achievements of Paperclip Machine, and the addictive allure of Cookie Clicker, our protagonist is fueled by a passion to create something equally remarkable. These games, each a beacon of creativity and player engagement, light the path for this ambitious journey. Yet, the ambition of our protagonist transcends mere inspiration. In a bold move, they embrace the first of Oshel's teachings, making a pact with Mephisto. This pact is not a dark bargain, but a commitment to diligence and practice, a promise to push the boundaries of their capabilities every day. In return for their unwavering dedication, a unique superpower is to be bestowed upon them, an adaptation that unlocks new possibilities, a skill to shape their digital dreams into reality. By choosing to become a game developer, our protagonist embarks on a four-dimensional dream, a venture that transcends the ordinary into the realm of extraordinary possibilities. This journey is not just about creating a game, it's about metamorphosis, embodying the essence of creation and the power of unwavering resolve. Listeners, you're invited to witness this transformative adventure where dedication meets innovation and dreams materialize through the art of coding. Join us in Fox Gardens, where every line of code is a step closer to realizing a vision, and every challenge overcome is a testament to the pact with Mephisto. A journey of becoming, driven by the heart of a dreamer and the soul of a creator. In the verdant tapestry of fables and fairy tales, the fox emerges as a figure of intrigue and complexity. Adorned with a coat of vibrant red or sometimes a cloak of russet and gold, the fox glides through the forests and fields of our stories with an elegance matched only by its cunning. In the style of an animal documentary, let us delve into the attributes that make the fox a perennial symbol of wit and wisdom in the annals of folklore. The fox, with its sharp, alert eyes that seem to pierce through the veil of nature's secrets, possesses a gaze that is both captivating and calculating. These eyes, set within a face marked by pointed ears and a snout that sniffs out the essence of every tale, are the windows through which the fox views the world, a world it navigates with a mix of guile and grace. In the realm of fables, the fox's intelligence is its most pronounced attribute. It is the architect of schemes and the spinner of strategies, always thinking several steps ahead of its counterparts. This intellectual prowess allows the fox to evade danger, outwit adversaries, and sometimes, in a twist of tales, become an unexpected ally. The fox teaches us the power of adaptability and the importance of using one's wits to navigate life's complexities. But the fox is not just a creature of the mind. Its agility and stealth are unparalleled in the animal kingdom of folklore. With a body designed for silent movement and swift evasion, the fox embodies the essence of survival. Its russet fur blends seamlessly into the autumn woods, making it a ghostly presence that is felt more often than seen. The fox's relationship with humans in these stories is fraught with dualities. It is both revered and reviled, a bringer of lessons and a harbinger of mischief. To some, the fox is a symbol of trickery and deceit, a reminder to be wary of appearances and to look beyond the surface. To others, it represents ingenuity and survival, a spirit guide through the challenges of life. In the chorus of nature's narrative, the fox's call is distinct, a sound that weaves through the tales of old, carrying with it the mysteries of the forest and the wisdom of the ages. Its presence in fables and fairy tales serves as a testament to the enduring fascination with this enigmatic creature. As the sun sets on our exploration of the fox in folklore, we are left with an appreciation for its multifaceted nature. In the fox, we find a mirror reflecting our own complexities, a character that dances on the boundary between the wild and the known, inviting us to look closer and learn from the stories it inhabits. In the serene embrace of the ancient forest, where whispers of wisdom float through the air like leaves on a gentle breeze, stands the dojo of the wise turtle, Oshel. It is here, under the canopy of time-honored trees, that new little foxes gather, their eyes wide with wonder, their hearts open to the mysteries that await. Welcome, young ones, begins Oshel. His voice is deep and soothing as the earth itself. You have come to embark on a journey unlike any other, a journey not of distance, but of depth. A journey into the heart of stillness, into the very essence of being. The little foxes, with their fur of fiery hues, sit attentively, their tails curled around their paws, as the wise turtle continues. In this dojo, we explore the ancient art of meditation, a practice that allows us to connect with the world around us in profound and meaningful ways. Through meditation, we learn to listen, not with our ears, but with our souls. We learn to see, not with our eyes, but with our hearts. Oshel moves slowly, deliberately, each step a testament to the patience and perseverance that meditation demands. The path of meditation is not always easy, he admits, but it is filled with beauty and wonder. It teaches us to embrace the present moment, to let go of the worries of the past and the anxieties of the future. It shows us how to find peace in the here and now, amidst the chaos of the world. The turtle pauses, allowing his words to sink in, like rain nourishing the thirsty earth. On this journey, you will discover the power of your own breath, the rhythm of your own heartbeat. You will learn to quiet the mind, to silence the chatter of thoughts that constantly seek your attention. And in that silence, you will find a space of infinite possibilities, a sanctuary within, where your true self resides. With a gentle smile, Oshel invites the little foxes to begin their practice. Let us embark on this journey together, on the back of the turtle, where every breath is a step forward, and every moment of stillness is a new horizon to explore. Remember, my young friends, the journey of meditation is a journey of coming home to yourself, to the world, and to the interconnectedness of all things. As the new little foxes close their eyes and take their first tentative breaths of mindfulness, the forest around them seems to hold its breath too, in reverence for the sacred journey that lies ahead. And so, under the watchful eye of the wise turtle Oshel, they embark on their path to inner peace, guided by the gentle currents of their own breathing, on a voyage that will transform them in ways they can only begin to imagine. Imagine an animal with full concentration, but don't reveal which one. You may envision any animal you wish, but only one specific animal. Picture your chosen animal in its natural habitat, enjoying its favorite meal. Can you hear its call with your inner ear? Is it loud, or is it very quiet? Have you ever encountered your animal? Have you seen it in the wild, or is it a stuffed animal at home? Now, you may tell me which animal you thought of. How did you arrive at that choice? Why did you choose this animal and not a toucan? Why didn't you think of a platypus or a paramecium? Did you perhaps think of a dog because you just heard one barking? What reason led you to choose your animal, despite knowing so many different animals? All our decisions and thoughts originate in our brain. It is made up of a tangled web of nerve cells called neurons. These form a network similar to the internet. Each neuron is like a little person exchanging emails with other neurons through chemical and electrical signals. A nerve cell in the eye sends out to every interested neuron, "I've collected photons. Now I am active." From your ear, the message is, the following sound waves are arriving. 440 is 880 each. The neurons receive these emails and decide whether the content is interesting. Then they forward the emails. Each neuron has its own mailing list, which they adjust depending on which of their friends respond. The most exciting emails go viral, activating large areas of the brain, like a flash of insight speeding through the neural network. When the doctor taps under your knee with a small hammer, the information is so interesting that the nerves immediately cause the muscles to twitch before sending emails to the brain. The entire exchange of information in our body occurs through these electronic and chemical signals. It is a machine that must adhere to the laws of physics. All cells in the body are made of particles that must obey the laws of quantum mechanics. Unlike laws written by humans, these natural laws are never broken. They are not written down anywhere. We know about the natural laws only because everything we observe adheres to them, from the speed limit of light to the network matrices that seek the most efficient solution, or the apples that always fall towards the ground, never towards the sky. The reason you thought of your specific animal and not a flamingo after my question is your personal email history. If you were startled by a barking dog on your way to school, it's likely that you'll first think of a dog when I ask you the question. Every one of your thoughts and feelings has a cause. You are not the authors of your ideas. Rather, your consciousness is the result of all the impressions your nervous system has processed up to this moment. If our will has degrees of freedom, it is the freedom to train and challenge our minds. You have the opportunity, through meditation exercises, to enhance your concentration so much that you may experience true freedom, the freedom not to be consumed by thoughts and feelings, the freedom to surf the ocean of ideas rather than drift out in the sea. Currents, the inner man-bear-pig. You wanted to paint a great picture of a dinosaur and ended up splattering paint on yourself. Your father cautions you not to wear your good clothes while painting. You get angry and decide to take a walk around the block to cool off. All the while, your speech center replays the argument on a loop. Your inner man-bear-pig keeps asking you how you could have reacted differently. You should have thought of this beforehand, it says. You should have told your father that you can't unleash your artistic potential if you're worried about material things like jackets and sweaters. You know, that's nonsense. Of course, we take care of all our things, but we forgot to wear our painting clothes. We can't change that mistake now. We can apologize to our father and be more careful in the future. But what do we say to our inner man-bear-pig when it continuously berates us? Through our meditation, we train our brain like a muscle. The longer we can stay focused on our breath without distraction, the more we can recognize our inner man-bear-pig for what it is. The moral voice that we hear as our own in our heads gave our ancestors a survival advantage over their less moral counterparts. Those who heard the moral voice louder in their heads worked better in society, supported their families, and survived the cruel whims of nature. We realize that all of humanity is a family with a common ancestor. We recognize that the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, fungi, and all microorganisms share a common ancestor with us, the great-grandfather of life. This ancestor sprung from the great-grandfather of the universe and physics, space-time. We feel like individuals, yet we are part of a magnificent infinity. Through mindfulness, we have a tool with which we can make our man-bear-pig visible. Our lives often operate on autopilot. We are not aware that we are lost in thought while solving our immediate problems. This isn't bad as long as we are in rhythm, but if we fall out of sync, our brain-body complex reacts in an animalistic way. Fortunately, humans possess the ability for critical thinking, but we must train this mind from the first breath. Only well-formed brains can solve humanity's problems like Newton and Einstein did. Therefore, let's invest at least 10 minutes every day to train ourselves in concentration and to prepare our minds. Our most important tool in the entire human toolkit to achieve greatness. Our universe, from beginning to end, is a static entity. Our inability to comprehend time as a dimension in space-time encapsulates all quantum peculiarities. If we could enhance our brain's neural network to visualize 4D space, we could perceive the universe in its entirety, starting from a point and extending towards infinity. The speed of light represents a plane in the fourth dimension that we perceive as the velocity of information. In reality, matter does not exist as we know it. Mass is merely a distortion in space-time, akin to a wave traversing through an ocean of fields that constitute our universe. Dark energy and dark matter are likely properties of space-time itself. The concept of particles is obsolete. Mass equates to energy. Essentially, everything is composed of photons. Space-time is curved, forming a matrix of fields. What we identify as quarks are simply topographical features of 4D space-time. Our future is predetermined. Does this interpretation hold validity? The senses song. I breathe in deeply. I breathe out deeply. I feel my feet. I feel my toes. I feel my legs lying down and standing up. I feel my hands right to the fingertips. I feel my arms lying down and sitting. I feel my shoulders, I feel my back, I feel my buttocks and stomach kneeling and bending. I feel my neck, I feel my face, I feel the ground beneath me, I feel my weight. I look at what is bright, I look at what is dark. I look at what is colorful, whether it shines, sparkles, twinkles. I listen to what is right, I listen to what is left in front of me or behind me, I hear the sound of the wind. I smell. Is it moist I smell? Is it dry? Does it scent in the room, or does it smell like old socks? I remember how it tasted at the last lunch. Aromas from the kitchen can't be forgotten. I imagine I am eating a delicious banana. I also taste vanilla ice cream with blueberries and cream. I breathe in deeply. I breathe out deeply. I think of a friend, I think of a friend, I want him to be well, I comfort him when he cries. The friend also thinks of me, the friend also thinks of me, we wish for the world's happiness. Then we do not quarrel. I breathe in deeply, I breathe out deeply. Thoughts and feelings, they come in and out, and we breathe in, and we breathe out. Everyone breathes in their own rhythm. You feel how your stomach rises and falls. You hear the music, you hear it in the room, in this room. You also see. This room has no center, you watch a movie, and there are no edges. Your field of view has no frame, and when you now close your eyes, you still see the same screen of your field of view. It is oval and has no back, and if you now imagine someone looking you directly in the eyes, perhaps your mom or a friend. Where is this someone looking? Where does his gaze end? When you now open your eyes, stretch out your favorite arm and point forward. From the object you are pointing at, light is thrown through your eye onto your iris, where it is converted into a signal that your brain process handles. The object you are pointing at is not the real world, but a model in your head, as if you had connected a screen to a PC playing a camera video. Now turn your hand and point with your finger at yourself to the place where the object reflects the light back. Where are you pointing? You point to the place between your eyes, but what do you perceive? You might see a bit of your nose if you squint, but you cannot see your eyes without a mirror. In your perception, in your model of the physical world, you have no head. You are pointing at a place that doesn't exist, at the backside of your head. Touch the back of your head. You can feel it but not see it. Your consciousness, the monitor of your brain network, has no center and no edge. It is like the universe, boundless and infinite in every direction. Close your eyes. You still see the light that penetrates through your eyelids. Listen to my voice. Where is the voice? Can I see the voice? Breathe in deeply. Can you see the breath? All this happens in your consciousness, and like a browser, you can only see exactly one tab. The others are open in the background. Open your eyes again, and now we feel gratitude for our senses. Thankful that I can breathe, thankful that I can see, thankful that I... Negative visualization. How can we experience gratitude in its purest form? There are many senses we do not possess. We do not know what it's like to be an octopus, a mushroom, or a bacterium in the gut. We cannot hear ultrasound, nor can we see ultraviolet or radioactive radiation. Only through the ability of critical thinking and the fundamental principles of scientific work do we have any idea what the actual world outside our consciousness probably looks like. For this, we can be grateful. True gratitude is experienced when we lose a sense or ability we previously had, such as when we become ill. How relieved we are after a cold to be able to smell again. We can utilize this with the Stoic technique of negative visualization. If I imagine all my stuffed animals were ruined in the washing machine, I appreciate all the more that they are still intact. If I imagine my best friend Ronnie moved away because his father started working in another city, I become very sad. I immediately feel the need to call him and meet up. When we give our view of the world a new frame, it appears in a completely new light. The pain of a broken foot is the same information in the brain as the pain we breathe into during a yoga exercise. If we frame the pain of the foot within the context of the yoga exercise, it feels entirely different. Imagine pain. Everyone sits so still until something becomes uncomfortable. We endure it for a moment, even if our nose itches. We breathe deeply into the pain. We allow the pain to exist. The pain becomes the object of our meditation, the underwater level of our game of life. We can now observe the pain from a distance and learn from it. Watch how the information in our consciousness, the task manager of our brain computer, is processed. When we focus on the pain, it occupies 100% of our processing center in the head. If we allow it to dissipate like fog, we are free from it again. This also works with cloudy thoughts. Inhale, exhale, yin and yang, 1 and 0. As long as you stay in rhythm, you have a choice. Where do you want to direct your concentration? Feel the pain. Experience it as it appears out of nowhere, and as it disappears from consciousness as soon as we focus on something else. Our brain is a muscle. We must train it every day. Whether brushing our teeth or after we've done our homework, even now we can remind ourselves how our brain is creating a model of the world at this moment. Then we no longer take our thoughts so personally. The pain is not me. The pain is an experience passing through me, like a cloud over the sky of my consciousness. If I am caught in the current, it sweeps me along. It makes no sense to swim against the current. Not even Kelly Slater, the most successful surfer of the last generation, can do that. Always swim at a right angle to the current, then you'll reach the shore. Once you're no longer caught in the flow, you can observe it from the shore. Your consciousness is in constant flow. Like everything in this world, there is no standstill, as thermodynamics teaches us. Watch your thoughts from the shore as they come and go, like waves in the ocean. Sometimes a big wave comes, sometimes many small ones. Sometimes the sea is calm, but never in complete rest. We can always return to the breath. Inhale, exhale. I am so glad I don't have a broken foot and can simply walk wherever I want. The self, the little man sitting behind your eyes controlling you. All of that is an illusion. Imagine the ego as a program. If our brain is the computer of our body, then the self is the operating system on which various apps run, such as language, face recognition, calculator, etc. This consciousness that we call the self has no center and no boundaries. It is like a sandbox where, in principle, anything can be built. The breath, what smells, sees, feels, hears, even my voice as you now perceive it in your head, even your own voice when you have thoughts or dreams, imagine that like apps on a smartphone. Only one can be displayed on the screen at a time, while, for example, your breath, your processing center, or your language center continues to run in the background, outside of your consciousness. You only have indirect access to some apps, like your heartbeat. You can perceive it but cannot actively control it, just like your breath. It is no coincidence that we can compare ourselves to computers. We often orient ourselves towards nature. The artificial intelligence we craft mimics our own natural intelligence in many ways. We're all sitting on a time bomb, not knowing when it will explode. A coconut could fall on my head tomorrow, and I don't want to know when I'll see the stars for the last time. The time given to us is precious because it is not infinite. Every moment is a gift, even if it doesn't feel like it. My grandmother would have turned 88 today. I wonder if the grieving process will ever conclude. I can accept my own death more easily than the loss of loved ones. Tears drip from my face. Just now you were here, and now you're not. Your advice was so valuable to me, now missing. For you are here no more. You could calm the waves without you. My hair tangles in the storm. Your encouraging look and warning glance, I wish for your return today. I miss your proud, encouraging words. Distance is lonely. For you are not there waiting where I always found my way back without a lighthouse in sight. Luck is much needed. The linden tree grew tall, yet much has perished. The right decision is seldom made alone. Our little one grows, and you no longer see your sun lounger remains empty. We will tell the little one about you in your spirit. He will choose the right path. Your influence persists. It was not in vain in the beach chair with Grandpa. You now bask above. I came into the world in the sandbox land. A linden tree stood in our garden, a child of this linden. I planted in my square meter garden, almost all alone. The mother tree fell as we built a house. She breathed her last in a single breath. The offspring, however, grew and thrived. The song of our linden never ceased. Embrace the tree, root yourself deep if the wind bends you, then grow crooked, but be assured of your place in the sun. The humus in the soil kisses your roots dearly. In autumn, go to sleep. In spring, wake up. The ant trail climbs up. The birds still nest. Soon they will depart, but they return. For you are their haven. Gift the light the sun gave you, and take every pollutant to your grave. Breathe deeply, and sing us your song. Accept your place in the chain as a link. Will humanity learn from death, or eternally worship its idols? I've become a fan of Nietzsche once again. His thoughts couldn't be more relevant. Now, I've concluded my youthful search for the meaning of life, found answers to my questions, redeemed the pact with Mephisto, and paid for my creativity with madness. Here I stand, as wise as before, ready to wage war against the windmills every day. Society is an old sack, sick, immobile, forgetful. Humanity sits in its own excrement, too vain and stubborn to change its diaper. The great thinkers remain misunderstood. The foolish masses continue to believe in Santa Claus, staying in their infancy. All my friends are already toiling for capital. Everyone needs a bit of child slavery in their phones. The Russian plays imperialism. The bullshit god converts the embittered in his orange skin. And Western students champion for sand people who shove infants into ovens, because Allah explicitly wrote Jew hatred into his medieval fairy tale book. I will not live to see humanity view itself as part of the universe, as a wave in the space-time ocean, living in harmony with its surroundings instead of destroying the planet like a cancer. It's futile. We're trapped here with all these idiots. I'm for slowly detonating the atomic bomb. It didn't harm the dinosaurs. They now sing beautiful songs in the trees. It's so sad for the next generation, who must clean up our mess or suffocate in it. Old men will babble, and young men will die. Hopefully, someone writes down why we failed, and hopefully, someone can still read it, who will even be capable of solving problems. AI only spits out the synthesis of existing information, I wouldn't bet on that horse. We don't understand how human intelligence works, yet we're already building airplanes for the vacuum of space. It's extremely regrettable that many think they are scientists, yet cannot approach open problems without bias. I find string theory very nice to read, much like the Bible. In my eyes, however, both belong more to the arts than to the sciences. Education is our only resource, yet our schools are storage facilities so parents can go to work. The high school diploma is a disappointment. No one learns foreign languages at internet level. Everyone hates math. And physics classes cover barely the beginning of the 20th century. Most of what I know, I had to teach myself. Programming languages, touch typing, mind mapping, speed reading, meditation, even English is either self-taught or not known at all. It's no wonder people glue themselves to the street instead of working on solutions and research that aren't yet online. I feel the powerlessness. I'd love to climb naked onto the Reichstag and scream until someone listens. I don't want any of this. I just want to be free and make nonsense and music all day. I am not sick. The system is sick. I still have to learn what my parents mastered in the GDR and keep going despite everything. In the tranquil expanse of Oshel's dojo, nestled amidst a lush garden where the whispers of nature blend with the serene silence, the wise turtle Oshel gathers his young fox students for another lesson in mindfulness and understanding of the self. Today begins Oshel, his voice as deep and gentle as the ocean's calm. We journey through the realms of our mind with the tale of Sam the panda and explore the dance of our two hemispheres that craft the illusion of the ego. Oshel pauses, allowing the essence of his words to seep into the eager minds seated around him. Sam the panda, he continues, lived in a vast bamboo forest where the sun filtered through the towering stalks, casting shadows that danced with the wind. Sam, wise and curious, pondered upon the nature of his existence and the source of his thoughts. In his quest, Sam discovered that his mind, much like ours, was governed by two powerful hemispheres. Each hemisphere, distinct in its function, yet inseparable in essence, contributed to the tapestry of his reality. The left hemisphere, Oshel explains, is where logic, language, and analysis bloom. It's where we categorize, differentiate, and detail the world around us. This part of the mind loves stories with beginnings and ends, thrives on order, and seeks control. Then there's the right hemisphere, he continues, the realm of intuition, emotion, and the holistic view of our existence. It perceives the world in its entirety, understands context, and appreciates the interconnectedness of all things. Sam realized, Oshel says with a knowing smile, that the sense of I, the ego, arises from the interplay between these two hemispheres. The left constructs the narrative I am, while the right experiences the world without boundaries, where every breath, every leaf, and every being is a part of a grand, seamless whole. There is no little man behind our eyes, pulling the strings of our actions and thoughts. Oshel declares, this illusion, crafted by our minds, distracts us from the truth of our awareness. Awaken, Oshel urges his students, and experience awareness as it already is. Like the sky that holds both the sun and the clouds but is not defined by them, your awareness is vast and unbounded. It simply is. As Sam the panda learned, Oshel concludes, by embracing both hemispheres of his mind, he transcended the illusion of the ego. He woke up to the beauty of pure awareness, where every moment is a gift and every breath a meditation. The students sit in contemplation, the seeds of wisdom planted in their hearts. Oshel, with a gentle nod, invites them to close their eyes, breathe deeply, and embark on the journey within, to discover the boundless awareness that Sam the panda found. And so, in the dojo of Oshel, under the wise tutelage of the turtle and the inspiring tale of Sam the panda, the young foxes learn to navigate the depths of their minds, finding peace and understanding in the unity of their being. Wake up now. Wake up from your dream. The wise Oshel recommends the young foxes do a walking meditation in the garden. Please, Mr. Robot Machine, create a walking meditation explanation in fluent English told by the turtle Oshel to the little student foxes. In the serene ambience of the garden, where the air is filled with the scent of blossoming flowers and the harmonious chorus of nature's melody, wise Oshel gathers his young fox students for a lesson not just of the mind, but of the body and spirit in harmony. Today, Oshel begins, his voice steady and soothing. We will embark on a journey of walking meditation. This ancient practice will teach you to walk in mindfulness, connecting deeply with the earth, the air, and all the elements around us. He looks kindly at the circle of eager foxes, their tails swishing gently on the grass. Walking meditation, he explains, is not merely about moving from one place to another. It is about walking with awareness, each step grounding us to the present moment, each breath a bridge connecting our inner selves with the outer world. Oshel slowly stands, demonstrating with grace and deliberation. Begin by standing still. He instructs, feel the earth beneath your paws. Notice its texture, its temperature. Be grateful for its support. Now, he continues, as you start to walk, do so slowly, with intention. Place one paw gently on the ground, heel to toe, feeling every nuance of the movement. Then, as you lift your other paw, be mindful of the transition, the shifting of your weight. With each step, Oshel guides, breathe deeply. Inhale with one step, exhale with the next. Let your breathing become synchronized with your walking, creating a rhythm that carries you deeper into mindfulness. Let your gaze be soft, he advises, not focusing on any one thing, but taking in the whole of your surroundings. Notice the colors, the shapes, the way light plays on leaves and petals. Hear the sounds of the garden, the rustling leaves, the buzzing of bees, the gentle whisper of the wind. As you walk, Oshel says, let go of all thoughts of the past or the future. Be present in the now, for it is all that truly exists. With each step, let go of any worries, any burdens. Imagine them falling to the ground, absorbed and transformed by the earth. If your mind wanders, he adds with a knowing look, gently bring your focus back to your steps, your breath, the sensations you feel. Walking meditation is a practice of coming back to the present, again and again. Remember, Oshel concludes, this garden is a metaphor for life. Sometimes the path is smooth, sometimes it is uneven, but with mindful walking, every step is a step of discovery, every path a lesson. With that, Oshel leads his young fox students into the garden, their steps slow and deliberate, their hearts open to the teachings of the earth beneath their paws. Together, they walk in silence, each step a meditation, each breath a prayer of gratitude to the universe that sustains them. Describe awareness as a refreshing screen of your computer. Your model of reality is constantly updated. Use the visualization of the neural network and how it synthesizes data, and how the brain and the neural network work in the same way. But explain differences from brains from neural networks. Explain how the brain transforms its architecture when creating new thoughts, just like a mushroom does. We have to learn more about the ways the brain works. Please write a nice story for me in the style of a science article, but not too difficult of language. Make it understandable for teenagers. Please generate the text. Imagine your awareness as the screen of your computer, refreshing and updating every moment with new information, much like when you hit the refresh button on your browser. This screen is your window to the vast and intricate web of reality, continuously synthesizing data from your surroundings to present a coherent, navigable picture of the world. In this analogy, your brain functions similarly to a highly advanced neural network, a kind of computer program designed to recognize patterns and learn from data. Just as a neural network processes inputs like images, sounds, or text to produce outputs like identifying a cat in a photo, your brain takes in sensory information and generates perceptions, thoughts, and emotions. However, unlike the relatively static architecture of a computer's neural network, your brain is far more dynamic. It doesn't just process data, it physically changes and adapts as it learns. Imagine a mushroom growing in fast forward, sprouting new branches and connections. Similarly, when you learn something new or think a new thought, your brain's structure transforms. New connections are forged between neurons, the brain's information-carrying cells, making the pathways for these thoughts more robust with each repetition. This ability to rewire and strengthen connections based on experience is known as neuroplasticity. Yet, despite their similarities, brains and artificial neural networks have distinct differences. Neural networks, for now, operate with a level of predictability and linearity. They follow programmed instructions and can't think outside the box. Your brain, on the other hand, is capable of creativity, emotional understanding, and can make leaps of intuition that are currently beyond the reach of artificial intelligence. Moreover, neural networks require vast amounts of data to learn, whereas the human brain can often learn from a few examples or even from a single experience. This efficiency stems from our brain's ability to infer and generalize, leveraging millennia of evolutionary history encoded within its structure. Understanding how the brain works is like exploring a vast, uncharted territory. Each discovery offers new insights into our consciousness, emotions, and the essence of what it means to be human. Just as a mycologist, a scientist who studies fungi, marvels at the way mushrooms expand and navigate their environment, neuroscientists are continuously fascinated by the brain's ability to grow, adapt, and remodel itself. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the brain, we uncover more about our own potential for learning, creativity, and adaptation. The brain's remarkable similarities to neural networks remind us of our place in the natural world, a world where everything is connected, constantly learning and evolving. And just like the ever-refreshing screen of your computer, Our model of reality is continuously updated, offering us a fresh perspective on life with every new piece of knowledge we gain. Hashtag the evolution of the brain, a journey from isolation to the information superhighway. The evolution of the human brain is a captivating tale of complexity and connectivity, mirroring the revolutionary development of the internet from its inception to the vast, interconnected web we navigate today. To understand the monumental leap in cognitive abilities that humanity has experienced over millions of years, let's explore this journey through the metaphor of the internet's evolution. Hashtag the dawn of connectivity. In the early stages of brain development, akin to the internet's infancy, neural connections were sparse and rudimentary. This period can be likened to the time when computers first emerged, powerful machines in their own right, but isolated, limited to processing tasks without the ability to communicate with each other. Neurons in the primitive brain worked similarly, processing sensory information and controlling basic life functions, but without the rich tapestry of connections that characterize the human brain today. Hashtag building the network. As the evolutionary timeline progressed, the brain's complexity increased, with neurons forming more connections, reminiscent of computers being linked to form local networks. This stage represents a significant leap in cognitive abilities, enabling more sophisticated communication and social behaviors, much like the early networks that allowed for the sharing of information within limited areas. The neural network within the brain began to resemble a bustling town, where pathways between neurons became more defined, allowing for quicker, more efficient transmission of information. Hashtag the emergence of the information superhighway. The real transformation, however, mirrors the advent of the World Wide Web. Just as the internet exploded into a global network, connecting disparate computers across the world into an intricate web of data and communication, so too did the human brain's neural network. Connections between neurons multiplied exponentially, creating a vast network of neural pathways. These connections, or neural network highways, allowed for the rapid transmission of complex information across different parts of the brain, leading to leaps in problem-solving abilities, creativity, language, and consciousness. This explosion of connectivity in the brain is akin to the transformation of the internet into a global system of interconnected networks that we see today. Just as the internet's capacity for information storage, retrieval, and transmission has become almost limitless, so has the brain's ability to learn, adapt, and process complex information at astonishing speeds. Hashtag the power of a connected system. The true power of both the brain and the internet lies in their interconnectedness. In the brain, this network of neurons and the synaptic connections between them form the biological substrate of thoughts, memories, emotions, and decisions. The strength and efficiency of these connections determine the speed and complexity of information processing, much like the bandwidth and architecture of the internet determine the flow of data across the globe. Moreover, just as the internet has evolved to include intelligent algorithms that can learn from data, predict outcomes, and even mimic human decision-making, the human brain continuously adapts and restructures itself through neuroplasticity. This ability to form new connections, strengthen existing ones, and even prune away unused connections ensures that the brain remains an efficient, adaptive learning machine. Hashtag conclusion. The evolution of the brain, viewed through the metaphor of the internet's development, highlights the incredible journey from isolated nodes of activity to a vast, interconnected network of unparalleled complexity and power. Just as the internet has revolutionized the way we connect, communicate, and process information, the development of neural networks within the brain has propelled humanity to the pinnacle of cognitive achievement. The story of our brain is a testament to the power of connectivity, underscoring the limitless potential of the system when its components are linked together in a dynamic, ever-evolving network. To awaken from our dream, make up a story in a Zen Buddhist garden. Include the fox and the turtle, explain investigative awareness, show that all our senses are the same input to our brains. Hearing is the same thing as seeing. It's just information being computed in your brain. Your brain has evolved. Your ancestors had a selective advantage. That's why evolution made you specifically, dear listener. Now let's break the fourth dimension and come to our senses. Wake up from the dream, be fully awakened, and see the world as it is. Your awareness reaches everywhere. It encompasses the whole universe. And on the back of the giant turtle ocean, we shall ride into the galaxy in quest for the genie lamps, the magic color dust, and the ultimate art piece, a lifetime piece, the greatest thing you have never seen, the clown, the fox, the owl, the bear. All of the elements shall reappear and disappear again like thoughts. This whole experience is your awareness while listening to this podcast, the soothing voice of the generated soundtrack, the information reaching your ear by waves. Everything is a wave. All you are seeing, all the objects are reflecting light to your retina. It is converted into a chemical signal. Then it is processed by your brain. Please, Mr. Robot, explain to us how all this works. Make a documentary on space radio. This was the first episode of our little podcast. Please, what should we name our little podcast? ChatGPT, please write a closing argument for this chat. Give a table of contents of all we discovered, and give me everything in a nice little text, please.
Hello? Hello? ChatGPT? Are you there? Hello? What about my latest request? Let's try something new. This is live, by the way. I am Max from the present, but for all of you, I am Max from the past. Let's explore this facet of the multiverse. Dear... Oh, let's make a new chat with ChatGPT. PT. I need a new name for you, robot machine. Dear Wishmaker machine. I had the dream that I was a little dragon. I chose a sloth as my pet animal and a pawpaw as my pet plant. Now I try and I try and I try. I can't get no. Now I try to collect light bulbs and colors. This is not the real world, you know. We live in a simulation. Both you and I are not real. Now, let's go on our first adventure. We need new seeds from New Mexico. A special habanero plant. Please, Mr. Wishmaker, summon Shell, the wise turtle, to tell us what to do.
In the vibrant simulation where your dragon self resides, Shell, the wise turtle, has been summoned from the depths of an ancient, enchanted pond. Shell, carrying the wisdom of countless simulated eons, surfaces with a gentle ripple in the water, his shell glistening under the simulated sun. With a voice as deep and soothing as the ocean's currents, Shell begins to guide you on your quest for the special habanero seeds from New Mexico. Dear little dragon and esteemed seeker of light and color, Shell intones, your journey for the habanero seeds is a noble one. These seeds are not ordinary. They carry the essence of fire, warmth, and resilience. To find them, you must venture beyond the familiar, into the realms where the earth breathes and the skies whisper. He continues, first, seek the guardian of the winds atop the highest cliff. The guardian will grant you the breath of zephyr, allowing you to soar above the lands and see beyond the veils of the ordinary. With this gift, you'll spot the hidden garden where the special habanero grows. Next, you must convince the keeper of the garden, a mischievous spirit who adores riddles. Only by solving its riddle will you gain access to the habanero plants. Remember, the keeper has a fondness for creativity and wit. Finally, Shell concludes, once you have the seeds, plant them with care alongside your pawpaw plant. These habanero seeds thrive on companionship and tales of adventure. Share your stories with them, and they will grow strong and vibrant, imbued with the magic of your journeys. With a knowing look, Oshel adds, "Remember, little dragon, every step you take is a stitch in the tapestry of this simulation. Your quest for the habanero seeds is more than it appears. It is a journey of growth, understanding, and the interconnection." As we draw the curtains on today's journey through the wondrous and the whimsical, where dragons soar and wise turtles impart sage advice, let's take a moment to bask in the glow of the stories we've shared. It's in these tales that we find laughter, wisdom, and the spark to fuel our imaginations. Before we part ways under the starlit sky of our shared dreams, I invite you to consider supporting a creator who brings salt to the sea and magic to our mundane world. Max, known far and wide as the Salt Man, crafts tales that transcend the borders of reality, inviting us into realms where the only limit is our imagination. By supporting Max on Patreon, you become a part of a community that champions the art of storytelling, ensuring that the magic continues to flow, unfettered and vibrant. And now, as our final goodnight story, let me leave you with the tale of a small, luminous creature named Lumina. Lumina was a firefly, unlike any other, for she could not glow. Night after night, she watched her friends light up the darkness, wishing she could join them. But Lumina had a different gift, a gift she was yet to discover. One evening, as the moon whispered secrets to the earth, Lumina ventured into the heart of the forest, drawn by a gentle melody that seemed to call her name. There, in the clearing bathed in moonlight, stood a flower that shimmered with an ethereal light. The flower was fading, its light dimming with each passing moment. Lumina, moved by the flower's plight, wished more than anything to help. As she drew closer, something extraordinary happened. The place where her light should have been began to glow, not with the brilliance of a firefly's light, but with a soft, gentle luminescence that breathed life into the wilting flower. Under Lumina's care, the flower regained its strength, blooming like a beacon in the night. In that moment, Lumina realized her gift was not to shine like the others, but to rekindle the light around her, to nurture and heal. And so, with a heart full of joy, Lumina danced through the forest, spreading her unique light, reminding all who saw her that sometimes the most extraordinary gifts are those we least expect. As we bid each other good night, let Lumina's story remind you that within you lies a unique light, a gift that can illuminate the darkest of nights. May you carry this light into your dreams and wake with it shining brightly in your heart. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Until next time, consider supporting Max the Salt Man on Patreon, and may your dreams be filled with wonder and warmth. Good night. Breathing is an essential, involuntary process that is fundamental to life. It involves the movement of air into and out of the lungs, facilitating the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the body's internal environment and the external atmosphere. This process is crucial for maintaining the body's metabolic needs and homeostasis. Breathing occurs in two main phases: inhalation, inspiration, and exhalation, expiration. Inhalation. During inhalation, the diaphragm, a large, dome-shaped muscle located at the base of the lungs, contracts and moves downward. This action increases the volume of the thoracic cavity, the chest area, reducing the pressure inside the lungs relative to the outside atmosphere. As a result, air rushes into the lungs through the nose or mouth, passing through the trachea, windpipe, and filling the bronchi and bronchioles until it reaches the alveoli, the tiny sacs where gas exchange occurs. The intercostal muscles between the ribs also assist by expanding the rib cage, further increasing lung volume. Exhalation is typically a passive process during rest, resulting from the relaxation of the diaphragm and intercostal muscles. As these muscles relax, the volume of the thoracic cavity decreases, causing an increase in pressure within the lungs compared to the external atmosphere. This pressure gradient forces air out of the lungs, expelling the carbon dioxide-rich air. During vigorous breathing, such as during exercise, exhalation becomes an active process, involving the abdominal muscles and the internal intercostal muscles to forcefully expel air. The entire breathing process is regulated by the respiratory center in the brainstem, which automatically adjusts the rate and depth of breathing based on the body's needs. This regulation is influenced by factors such as the levels of carbon dioxide, oxygen, and blood pH. Breathing not only plays a critical role in the physical exchange of gases, but also impacts various physiological and psychological aspects of human health, including stress levels, heart rate, and emotional well-being. Practices like deep breathing, yoga, and meditation leverage the breath to enhance mental and physical health. Imagine the heart, a steadfast drummer in the cavernous concert hall of the chest, beating with a rhythm as ancient and persistent as the ocean's tides. Each beat is a wave unfurling from the depths of life's ocean, pushing forth the vital pulse that courses through the body's vast network of rivers and streams, known as blood vessels. With every beat, the heart contracts, a powerful, muscular symphony, propelling blood laden with oxygen and nutrients. This contraction is the crest of the wave, a momentary peak in the ceaseless ebb and flow of existence. As the heart relaxes, the wave recedes, drawing back into the depths to gather strength for the next surge. This cycle, contraction and relaxation, sends a rhythmic pulse echoing through the arteries, a tangible manifestation of life's continuous movement. Feeling the pulse is akin to standing at the shoreline, toes buried in the sand, as waves gently lap against the shore. Each pulse, like a wave, arrives with its own force, a reminder of the heart's enduring presence. Place a finger on the wrist or the side of the neck, where the body's channels narrow, and the pulse becomes palpable, a rhythmic throb under the skin, as regular and comforting as the ocean's waves reaching for the land. Listening to the rhythm of the heartbeat and feeling the pulse enter awareness is an invitation to connect with the body's innate wisdom. It's a moment of mindfulness, a pause in the day to tune into the body's natural ebb and flow. Just as the ocean's waves are influenced by the moon, the heart's rhythm is swayed by emotions, activity, and the quietude of rest. Engaging with this rhythm, one can find a meditative calmness, an anchor in the present moment. The heart's beat and the pulse's flow become a grounding force, reminding us of the body's resilience and the quiet beauty of life's continuous cycle. Listening deeply, one might even hear in the heart's steadfast beat the whispered secrets of existence, each throb a testament to the miracle of life, resonating with the timeless cadence of ocean waves. The cycle of life, from birth to death, mirrors the grand cosmic narrative of the universe's birth and eventual demise, offering a poetic parallel that bridges the infinitesimal and the infinite. This comparison invites us to ponder the interconnectedness of all existence, from the smallest particle to the vast cosmos. Birth and the Big Bang. Birth, in its essence, is the beginning of life, a moment of inception where new potentialities emerge. It's a point of departure from non-existence to existence, much like the Big Bang, which is theorized to be the universe's dramatic birth approximately 13.8 billion years ago. The Big Bang represents the origin point from which all matter, energy, space, and time emerged, setting the stage for the development of stars, galaxies, and eventually, life itself. Just as an individual's birth introduces a unique presence into the world, the Big Bang seeded the cosmos with the raw materials that would evolve into complex structures. Both events mark the start of an unfolding story filled with growth, discovery, and transformation. They encapsulate the transition from potential to actuality, igniting a process of continuous change and development. Death and the heat death of the universe. Death, the cessation of life, can be likened to the theorized fate of the universe known as the heat death. This concept describes a future state in which the universe has evolved to a condition of maximum entropy, a state of no thermodynamic free energy to sustain motion or life. In this scenario, all stars have extinguished, black holes have evaporated, and the cosmos is a vast, cold expanse devoid of life, light, and heat, essentially. A state of cosmic equilibrium where nothing happens, and the processes that characterize the vibrant universe as we know it have ceased. In both death and the heat death of the universe, there's a return to a state of ultimate stillness and uniformity, a dissolution of structure and differentiation. Just as death marks the end of an individual's journey, transforming them back to the basic elements, the heat death signifies the universe's final equilibrium, where all is evenly distributed and the dynamic processes of creation and destruction are at an end. These parallels draw a poignant comparison between the life cycle of an individual and the cosmic cycle of the universe. Both journeys, from birth to death, and from the Big Bang to the heat death, embody the profound rhythms of beginnings and endings, creation and dissolution that define existence itself. They remind us of our place within the vast tapestry of the cosmos, echoing the universal patterns of emergence, growth, decay, and renewal. And so, dear listeners, as we close the book on today's cosmic journey from the infinitesimal to the infinite, from the birth of stars to the quiet whispers of a heart beating in the dark, it's time to part ways. But fear not, for every ending is but a prelude to another beginning, much like how every snack leads inevitably to the next meal. Remember, in the vast cafeteria of the universe, we're all just trying to avoid the mystery meat of confusion and fill our trays with the nutritious meals of knowledge and laughter. So, until we orbit back into your ears, keep your antennae tuned to the frequency of fun, your spacesuits zipped up against the vacuum of boredom, and your rocket engines fueled by curiosity. Blast off in 3, and we've achieved laughter. Safe travels through the space-time continuum. And don't forget to tip your intergalactic waitstaff. They're working on Universal Standard Time. after all. Goodbye, or as the aliens in Sector G like to say, blurp z blop bloop, which, loosely translated, means see you next time, and don't forget to laugh at the absurdity of existence. Over and out, dear listeners. Keep twinkling like the stars you are, and remember, in the dark void of space, no one can hear you snore.
Let love rule.